Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Blake here. Welcome to another episode of The Gauge with Blake. As usual, these are supposed to be regular things, but of course, once again, it has been a while since I've last uploaded a video on this channel, this EXP for All channel. Not to worry, I didn't quit anything. I didn't stop writing. I didn't stop planning to do videos. It has just been a very busy past month. Pretty much ever since the beginning of May, I've been kind of prepping for some other things. Went out of town for a little bit at the end of May, and then this entire last week or two or so, it's just been a lot of E3 prep. I've been doing preparation, and I did an E3 stream on my personal Twitch channel, so that's where a lot of my time and attention has been. So yeah, even still, I'm getting caught up writing E3 2018 news over on the website, on the EXP for All website. I'm extremely behind, but I'm kind of doing a different take on everything. Most websites, they'll just, talk about the announcement, kind of cover every little thing that was announced. I'm kind of taking a more editorial approach, kind of doing, I don't want to say very long articles, but they're more longer articles, kind of, sharing my opinions, going more in depth about the games that were announced, and, kind of just my opinions and, like, where they stand overall among all the other games that got announced at E3. I don't know. You have to check out the articles and just see it for yourself. I've mostly been doing Nintendo, Microsoft stuff as of now. Hopefully, I'll move into more of the first-party Sony IPs and stuff like that that were announced. Well, not really first-party Sony IPs, but some of the more PlayStation exclusive titles that were announced. I'll kind of move into that probably tomorrow or sometime before the end of the day today. But either way, I'm still working on E3 articles, guys. So if you check out the website and you're like, dang, where's all the E3 news? I'm getting to it. I'm just doing longer stuff and different stuff. More unique stuff, I guess you could say. Anyway, today I did want to talk about E3 2018. A very interesting E3. And before I get into it, I want to say that I kind of want to keep this video more on the shorter side. Just because I've been talking about E3 all this week and I'm just, I'm E3'd out. I'm E3'd out. When you're talking about games all week and then you're writing about games, it's just like, at some point you just feel like you're saying the same things over and over again. And so, in terms of video format, this is the last time I'm going to be talking about E3. So thank God my streak ends here. Anyway, so I guess I should probably touch on my favorite, or my top 5 titles of E3 2018. But before I get into that, I kind of want to touch on my overall arching opinion about E3 this year. E3 this year felt a little different. I actually felt a lot different. It was a feeling that I haven't felt from E3 probably since 2008. There have been a few E3s that I really didn't pay all that much close attention to, and that would probably have to be E3 2012 and E3 2011. I think those were the 2 years where I really didn't pay much of any attention at all. But the last E3 that I felt this sort of empty feeling, this sort of lack from, was most certainly E3 2008. And, I guess between E3 2008 and E3 2013, between those years, those E3s are all kind of foggy. Like, I don't really remember much, which is weird. But either way, I remember E3 2008 being one of those really lackluster years. One of those years where it really wasn't all that much. Not all that much that I was really excited about. It just felt like one of those years that it was just like, blah, gaming is blah. Of course, strangely enough, that was the year that Animal Crossing City Folk was announced, which, like, was a title I went crazy for back in the day. I was a wee lad, but still, like, I was going insane over that game. Like, my favorite game franchise was announced there for a new title, but even then, like, I just wasn't all that excited that year. Anyway, this year, the feeling kind of returned, and I guess it wasn't as lacking as what I felt back in 2008, but you could definitely feel a different feeling with E3 this year and how things are kind of shifting. Obviously, I think one thing most people probably picked up on this E3 is that there's not a whole lot coming this year. There's a few titles that we've known about for quite some time that are arriving this year. This fall we've got Battlefield 5, we've got the usual annual Call of Duty, we've got Destiny 2 expansion. What else major do we really have coming? We have Red Dead Redemption, I believe, is going to be out sometime this year. It's the second Red Dead Redemption. You've got your usual FIFA titles and yearly sports titles. And we got some Nintendo titles here and there, which I'll get to a little bit later. But overall, nothing all that massive is coming this year. E3 this year pretty much focused on a lot of big stuff, a lot of big stuff that is really far off. And that was kind of like the weird feeling I was getting. Like, why are we talking about so much that is so far off? It's just like, oh my god, when is. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, it felt like Sony's press conference was focused on things that are literally only coming next year beyond. And kind of the same thing for Microsoft too. It was kind of disappointing. Like even before Microsoft's press conference started, we found out that Crackdown 3 was actually being delayed into next year. But it comes out very early next year, with a February release date. But still, it's still got delayed again. I think this is like the second or third time it's been delayed. So that's obviously pretty disappointing because it steals even more away from us for this year. But I think one thing that is kind of obvious about this whole shift, this whole feeling that I've kind of had during this E3 is that a lot of companies, or most of them, are pretty much preparing for next gen consoles or next gen hardware, which is such a weird feeling to me because it just feels like yesterday that the PS4 and the Xbox One came out. And I think it only feels like that to me because I jumped on to the next generation hardware of consoles pretty late. I got a Wii U in 2014. I got an Xbox One in 2015, and I got a PlayStation 4 in 2015. So, I got them like 2 to 3 years after they came out. So, this new generation of console is still pretty new to me for the most part. So that's kind of why I feel that way, I guess. But overall, we had hardware refreshes 1 to 2 years ago. Last year we got the Xbox One X. The year before that we got the PlayStation 4 Pro. So these new hardware refresh systems are pretty young. And yes, I'm not saying that new consoles are about to come out tomorrow, but it's just weird that like companies are already like surfacing their plans for this new hardware and kind of pinpointing or hinting towards when they might be coming out, what they might be titled, all that sort of stuff. And it's just a really weird feeling because it's just like, wow, it's just got done spending so much money on this current hardware, brand new generation of consoles already on the way, and it's just such a weird, surreal feeling. Like, wow, does time really go this fast? I guess it really does. So yeah, that's kind of the theme that I felt like this year's E3 was. It's kind of the theme for me. What I took from it was kind of like companies setting up the slate to introduce the new hardware, but instead of introducing or teasing the new hardware first, it seems like they're teasing the games that are going to be available on that new hardware. A lot of games that a lot of the big stuff that was revealed or retouched on this year are kind of things that are 2019 and beyond. And that was kind of the trend with each one of pretty much every single press conference, whether it be third party or first party. A lot of these games are not. A lot of these big games that a lot of people are looking forward to are not coming until next year. Holiday, fall next year at the earliest. So there's that, and it's just kind of a weird feeling. Like, wow, there isn't a whole lot this year. It's funny because 2018, 2008, E3. See the correlation? A little bit? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of what I got out of this year's E3. Maybe there will be some things that I want to add on to that a little bit later. But I want to talk about my top 5 games that were announced list. It's pretty cliche top 5. I'll just go 1 through 5. This isn't favoring in any particular order. It's just, I just want to keep it organized so I don't leave out a title. But number 1 on my list is Halo Infinite, mostly because that was the first big announcement that was the first big Microsoft announcement. It was basically the first big announcement that came out of E3 2018, which is so funny because 343 made it sound like we weren't going to get any Halo 6 news anytime soon. They just made it seem like, we don't really have too much to share about it. And I know Jeff Keighley, I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. I remember when he was teasing about, wow, there's going to be something that's going to blow you guys away right when the Microsoft press conference kicks off, and somebody was like, people were asking, is it Halo, and they were like, no, or he was like, no, and I was like, how are you just going to straight up lie? It turned out to be Halo, and I was like, okay, wow, okay. So, I mean, the Microsoft press conference I actually missed. I was not able to see that live. That was EA and Microsoft I missed. I was busy both days. Sunday I was busy earlier in the day because I had work, so I completely missed the Microsoft press conference, but I was updated pretty much as everything was coming out. I saw all the stuff on Twitter, and if you watch my E3 live stream on my personal channel, you would have seen me go through all of the big announcement trailers and reveals and stuff live on the stream. So, I got to watch Halo Infinite. Yeah, Halo Infinite. That's what it's called, isn't it? I got to watch that while on stream, along with everybody else who was watching, and overall, it looks like a really stunning game. We found out shortly after Microsoft's press conference that it's actually just a game engine demo. That and the final product are going to be a lot different, but that art style they announced, they're going to be sticking with that or going to try to be aiming towards something very similar to that art style. Right when I was watching, I was like, wow, I'm getting Halo 1 vibes, and that's kind of the art style that they're aiming at, kind of bringing it more towards that original art style. I'm fine with every Halo art style pretty much, except for Halo 4's. I wasn't feeling the visuals or anything in Halo 4 at all. Like, it's my least favorite Halo, my least favorite Halo title. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. Yes, Halo Infinite is very, very, very far off. I don't want to say very, 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 because very, very, very is kind of stretching more towards Elder Scrolls 6 territory, which is very, very, very far off. Halo Infinite, I guess, is very. Halo Infinite is just very far off. Let's just leave it at that. So, that was announced, and they did say it's going to pick up after Halo 5. It's going to be much more Master Chief centric, so I don't know how much we're going to expect to, how much we can expect to be playing different, different commanders or different generals or whatever during Halo Infinite. I don't know if it'll be all Master Chief. I don't know if it'll be a little bit of some other people. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be doing with the story, but all I know is that they said they're going to be picking up after Halo 5. Going to be more Master Chief centric, so that's kind of cool. That's about all the information we do have about it. Them saying it's very far off is kind of making it sound like that it might be a launch title for the Xbox Scarlet or whatever the next Xbox is called, which is apparently supposed to be releasing in 2020 or as early as 2020. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's kind of disappointing because I was really, really, really honestly, I was really, really, really hoping that we'll have Halo by next year at least, but it's not seeming like that. I think at next year's E3 we'll get probably a full-on reveal, with the game looking a lot more like how it's supposed to be when it's or the game looking a lot more close to what the final product will be. But it's still very far off, and at this point, it's probably looking like it may not even be a 2020 title. Who knows? Who knows? It's all speculation right now, but I guess just let them develop the game, let them take their time. Because number 2 on my list is Kingdom Hearts 3, and that is something that we're going to be getting pretty soon. That we'll be able to forget about Halo for a little bit and just focus on Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts 3 is a title like I've known about personally. I've known about Kingdom Hearts 3 and like how it was supposed to be coming soon, like ever since like 2006. 2006 is when I kind of took interest into some of the Square's titles, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was one of those that I was like, wow. This game will probably be really cool when it comes out. Because I know it was teased to some degree. But, there was no gameplay or anything back then, of course. But, I was kind of hyping up over Kingdom Hearts 3 along with Final Fantasy Versus, or what was Versus 13 at the time, and Final Fantasy 13 at the time. And, recently I just started playing the Kingdom Hearts games. I'm still on Final Mix. I'm playing through it on my personal YouTube channel. I'm trying to get caught up with all the Kingdom Hearts games before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. And now that we finally have a release date, after they promised that it would be coming this year, it was delayed nonetheless to 2019, January 29th, 2019. So, it's a tail end of January, and, it's literally just the first month of 2019. But still, that's a delay nonetheless. They lied to us. They said this year. They lied to us. But, regardless, the game is coming really soon. It looks freaking amazing. Even in some of the gameplay trailers they've shown off, I have seen some frame drops here and there. I don't know if that's just, like, part of the effect or part of the trailer. I don't really know. But overall, the game still looks really, really good. The story seems to be getting more and more interesting every single trailer they do. So, I can't wait to get fully caught up and understand it all and then jump into this game. That I've just been interested in for such a long time. I'm not a huge, crazy Kingdom Hearts fan like other people, but I like the style, I like the aesthetic of it, I like the music, and yeah, it has a very unique story, which I can feel myself getting really into. Even playing Final Mix right now, everything seems really interesting. I love how they have like all the Disney villains as like like their own Legion of Doom. It's so cool. It's so crazy. But yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 is number 2 on my list, of course, the second game. Definitely looking forward to it. Number 3, Gears 5. The reveal, like, Gears 5 was the main reveal that I wanted for Microsoft's press conference, and we got it along with 2 other Gears of War titles. Gears Tactics, which I'm really interested in seeing whenever they debut gameplay footage of it, and Gears Pop, which is a Funko Pop artistic or artsy style game that's coming out mobile next year. I don't really know how that's gonna play. I don't know if it'll be like just Gears of War, but like with Funko Pop like models. I don't really know. But Gears 5, it's picking up sort of where Gears 4 left off. I still need to get through the Gears 4 campaign. So it's much more focused on what's her name. Forget her name. I just know her last name, Diaz. I don't remember her first name. Kate. I think that's her name. So it's be a lot more focused on her. I think she's actually be playable. Like the main character is going to be her pretty much for that game. I'm pretty sure you'll switch like you always do in Gears of War titles, but she's going to be the first playable female lead in a Gears of War title, and she's going to be very heavily focused in the story. It's pretty much probably going to center around her. That's really interesting. Regardless, I mainly got into Gears with Gears 3. That was my first Gears, and I fell in love with the freaking franchise after that. Gears 4 was freaking amazing. I wish my Xbox Live subscription wasn't running out, or it has run out. Otherwise, I would probably hop on and play sometime just because I'm so hyped about Gears 5 right now. But that's another title I'm looking forward to. Sad that it's a 2019er. Like, been really nice to have it this year, man. It would have been really nice to have it this year. Like, honestly, I thought Microsoft might be able to pull off making Gears of War titles a biannual release, but it seems like they are spending their time working on this, and we shouldn't expect them to turn into a biannual thing. Like, definitely Microsoft, keep working on as much time as you need on these, and I'll take them when we can get them. So I'm really happy that Gears 5 is on the way. So freaking happy. Hopefully they just keep making them. I hope at some point they focus on a completely different set of characters. It'd be really, really awesome if they did that. And I just really hope that the Gears franchise continues into the future because I love it. And Gears 5 that's why it's made it onto my list. That's number 3, right? So number 4, The Last of Us Part 2. Another 2019er. Probably. Did they say 2019? I don't even remember anymore, but I'm pretty sure this game is going to be ready by 2019. Ellie, oh my god, Ellie is the most baddest freaking female character in video game history. Maybe not, but she's definitely one of my favorites. Wow. The story in this game looks phenomenal. The action looks phenomenal. It just all looks very, very surreal. I don't even know if I want to play this game or if I just want to watch all the cutscenes. Like it's a movie, because some games I just have the habit of doing that for. And honestly, The Last of Us Part 2 is one of those games I would literally just sit and watch somebody else play. I enjoy watching people play The Last of Us. Like, as long as they're not fooling around, I enjoy watching people play that game. And there are very few games that I actually enjoy watching people play. The Last of Us is one of them. Overall, this game looks freaking amazing. We got to see gameplay. I think it was gameplay for the first time, actually, and it looks really great. The sneaking around, oh my god, it just looks really, really, really amazing. It's what we've known and loved about The Last of Us. It just looks a lot better, and the story just seems very, very interesting. It's all focused on Ellie this time around, I believe. So that's, oh man, like just thinking about when I was watching the footage that they were showing off during Sony's press conference, I was like fully immersed into the gameplay. Like, geez, that game really knows how to capture you and pull you in. So that's why it's made number 4 on my list. I can't wait for that one. I still have The Last of Us Remastered, so I'm probably going to play through that at some point. But geez, I really wish this wasn't, like, all these 2019 titles, it's killing me. But you know what? It's okay, because Smash Ultimate, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was revealed. I'm seeing my battery is flashing red. I'm going to switch it real quick, and then I will finish this up. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to change my battery. I don't want things to cut off what I'm saying while I'm in the middle of recording. Anyway, so the last up on my list was Smash 5, or AKA, or what we know now as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, we've all knew Nintendo was going to talk about this during their E3 2018 video presentation. It was their main focus of E3 period. It had even more focus over Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It was their main title. It was their main selling point during the show, and rightfully so, because fans have been waiting to hear more about this title for, I don't know, kind of like the past 6 months. Basically, I know they announced it, or they revealed it. No, it was more so announced it during one of their first two video directs of 2018, and for the longest time we've just been teased that it was going to be talked about and fully revealed, release date and all, showcased during E3, and that's what we got. And the title blows my expectations away. So originally I was assuming that this would just be a port of Smash Wii U over to the Nintendo Switch with a few characters, maybe a few balance changes here and there, and maybe a few mechanic changes. Pretty much that's what it is for the most part. At first glance, I pretty much was like, okay, yeah, this is essentially Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, just on the Switch, spiced up a little bit, added some new characters, added all of the characters from the previous Smash games, all of the stages you could ever want, and perhaps room for more leading up to launch. That's basically what it is, but Nintendo recently confirmed, or somebody at Nintendo, not exactly a person who worked on the game, but, Nintendo, I guess he speaks for all Nintendo when he stated that, no, the game is designed from the ground up. It's a brand new Smash game. It is essentially Smash 5. So I guess we have to take their word for it. I mean, yes, apparently from the people who have played the game on the show floor, apparently from the pros who competed in the Invitational, it feels a lot like Smash 4. It feels very Smash 4-like, but obviously there are some mechanics in there that are inspired from previous Smash games, mostly Melee. And that's kind of where the game stands right now. So I'm pretty much done calling it Smash 4.5. I'm calling it Smash Ultimate. That's its title. That's its name. Smash Ultimate, or I'll call it Ultimate from now on. As a huge Smash fan, as a Smash competitor, it blew my expectations away. It's amazing. It's my highlight of E3 2018 for sure. That's not to say that all the other titles were, lackluster or nothing compares to Smash. That's not the case at all. But as a game that I have been looking forward to for a very long time, as a game that I have dreamed of playing on the Switch, as a game that's just literally everything I love about Smash thrown into one, it's crazy that that's coming out this year. Like, the main thing that I really, really, really want, or really would have loved to see, is coming out this year, and that's really nice. We've already known for some time that Smash Ultimate was coming out in 2018, but, I didn't know what else was dropping in 2018 alongside it, and right now, Smash is pretty much going to have the highlight for me, or the main attention, I should say, for me this year, just because, a lot of these other games that are on my top 5 list from E3, actually every game on my list for my top 5 is coming out next year or beyond. So it's just like Smash is kind of the main focus title for me this year, and Nintendo, that's all they really needed to do at E3 to make everybody lose their minds, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. But overall, from somebody who's not a Smash fan, somebody who loves every company, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, I feel like somebody who is taking that perspective probably feels like this year was definitely very lackluster in terms of announcements and games that are coming. Aside from Super Smash Bros. Wii U, Nintendo announced a new Fire Emblem game for the Switch that they promised, the debut Fire Emblem title on the Switch. They announced Super Mario Party, which also comes out this year. Fire Emblem, on the other end, coming spring 2019. And, they didn't show off any Metroid Prime 4 like we found out about last year, which is, very, very early in development still, I want to say. And they really didn't show off all that much more that is new. We already know, the next actual mainline Pokemon game is coming during 2019. So it's like, this year in general, it just feels like all these companies are making us play this huge waiting game, teasing things so early in the year, and now teasing things during E3 that are literally we're not even going to see the light of day of until basically fall of next year or beyond. And it's just like, wow, thanks. I waited a full year just to have to wait another full year or possibly more, depending on the game that I'm really, really interested in. So, I don't know how you guys feel, but definitely this year, this year's E3 is It's like literally a parent sitting you down and saying, no, be patient, wait, no, you have to wait, no, wait, you're gonna wait, you're gonna learn to wait, you're gonna learn about patience is a virtue. That's literally, just feels like E3 is just scolding me with the whole wait morals, the whole patient morals. It's a very stressful thing. But anyway, nonetheless, that is my top 5 list. I didn't want this to be too long, but, I kind of got into each title. So, it kind of turned out to be a little bit longer than I kind of hoped. Overall, like I said, on my personal stream, when I was doing my E3 coverage stream, out of 10 stars, I would have to rate this year's E3 a 4, which is very, very low. But that's literally what I'm giving it. Not because of the games that were shown off. I love the games that were shown off, but it was more the presentation. It was more the presentation of a lot of press conferences, including Nintendo's. It was more, it was more, dude, even the scheduling, like, honestly, the scheduling just is crazy. It's roughly the same as last year, but it still kind of annoys me. And it also has to do with the games and the release, or not the games themselves, but more the release windows of the games. It's just like, wow, I feel like the industry has kind of let us down this year. Like, sure, there's stuff to play leading up until now throughout the summer, depending on what you're into. There's games to play, but it just doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to play. And last year I felt like there was a whole lot more big major titles dropping every single month last year, up until the end of the year. But this year, it feels like, if you're more focused on a specific genre, there's going to be less for you to play throughout the duration of the year, rather than last year, where literally, every single month, there's basically something for everyone. That was like kind of a combination of everyone and everybody. I don't know if you heard that, but I meant to say everyone. So yeah, definitely, like, 2018 is not living up to last year. Like, 2018 is not touching last year in terms of video games. That's just kind of how I feel. And, E3 was, like, kind of the final nail in the coffin to that statement. Like, that's literally, it is what it is. Some years is like that. I feel like this year is definitely a drought period. Sure, we get a new Battlefield. Sure, we get a new Call of Duty. But, we get those a lot. So it's just, like, it's not a huge big deal. Forza, Horizon, we get those. We get a new Forza every year. So it's just like Assassin's Creed, we get those every year. So it's just like, at this point, it definitely is feeling like a drought period. But, it's fine. I got what I wanted coming this year. And next year is going to be great. Sure, we might not get Halo next year. Sure, Elder Scrolls is very far off. But next year is going to be great. So yeah, that just about does it for me. I almost forgot to touch on Fallout 76, actually, which is, oh my god. That, if I could put a 6th title on my list, it would be Fallout 76. You know what? I would actually consider swapping out. Ooh, that's tough. I was going to say I would actually consider swapping out either Halo or The Last of Us for Fallout 76, but I think I would have to have Fallout 76 be a number 6 on my list. I might actually make a dedicated video for Fallout 76. As somebody who doesn't play Fallout games, I kind of want to make a dedicated video for Fallout 76. I think I might actually do that. If you guys want me to do that, if anybody who's watching this would be interested in that, let me know in the comments below, so I know there's at least some interest in it, or at least just drop a like on the video. That would be that would be just as great, to be very honest. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's Gauge with Blake. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to doing videos on this channel again. Sorry for the long drought period, just like the gaming industry. Ha ha ha. Sorry for the lack of videos. I'll be doing news updates again. I don't know, like, how much I'm going to be doing because E3 just happened, so kind of all the big stuff is out. But we got Gamescom coming up in a couple months, so, there's going to be some stuff leading up till then, I'm sure. But yeah, in general, I want to get back to doing videos on here. I really want to try to just do trailers and gameplay previews as well, if I possibly can. So, kind of start adding trailers of newly released games and games that are coming out onto the channel, just to, get some content going. And yeah, I'll be doing a lot of stuff, so stay tuned. But until next time, you guys keep on gaming, and as usual, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.